I'd raise the bridge, file down the nut, and take the buzz out the low E.
If you did this, your guitar would become such a mess that it would be unable to stay in tune. Secondly, the guitar is in a glass case! You're just saying words. Terrible sci-fi, cringe-worthy rom-coms, low-budget horror too. Look, we all love cheese, but there's a limit. What's a dairy-conscious nerd to do? Well, don't worry, CamannWordsmith will watch that for you. Well, it's been a while, and we are back in style. Welcome back to CamannWordsmith Watches. It is so nice to see you, everybody. A little while ago, I did a Facebook thread about what comes to mind when you think of a fictional band. Got a lot of responses on that, so I made a list, and I figured that we would try part 1 and see how that goes. And if y'all like it, maybe we'll do part 2. And I am not doing this adventure alone. I actually have 2 co-hosts this week, one of whom you know him from as the Prophecy Foretold, the galaxy's most controversial talk show host, Joseph C. Thank you, Joseph. We appreciate it.
Oh, hey, brother, what is going on? Thank you so much for inviting us. The show's doing great. We had a little bit of a problem with the Earth distribution, but I am very happy to be here and do some cameos, and I'll do anything for you guys. You know, don't have to twist my arm to talk about music or anything like that, you know?
All right, gentlemen, we'll get you your cheese, get you settled in. Let's go. Hep Alien is comprised of actual musicians, so they're going to score pretty well.
Hey, no prejudging, no prejudging.
I can understand the lyrics.
Is this the guy from Bowling for Soup? Yeah, it sounds like the guy from Bowling for Soup.
Is that in the original? That little Queen homage as he sings Another One Bites the Dust?
Yes, what are you doing?
I really like that.
I ain't no holla back girl. I ain't no holla back girl. A few times
I like the fact that on that first girl, it just feels like he just doesn't care anymore.
He's into it, but not that much.
Like he's aware of how ironic this is. I would not have figured that this would be my jam, Sebastian Bach. Look what you did.
What?
No, she's filling in.
Holding down the beat.
I'm going to give them points for the fact that you still have no idea what's being said during the verses, and I think that makes a great Rancid cover. Nice variation. She's doing really well.
Yeah, you know, if she's not busy with like 8th grade or anything, maybe Rancid's looking. Who knows?
Nailed that drum fill.
Morning, ladies. Ready to rock and roll?
You bet. All right, here we go.
All right, we're going to have to deduct some points for that one. Nobody is that cheerful going into the studio.
Oh, that's not true. You ever met Supertramp? Oh, look at that. They're gymnasts. Not everybody can do that.
So you can see like where they tried to sync the drums despite the fact that there's no cymbal, there's no hi-hat or anything. They're just sort of hitting toms randomly, but they tried to do something. So you have to give them partial points for that.
I do. Prince could have done that, but, you know.
The bass player's just rotating back and forth. I'm not sure if they're actually playing anymore.
Those instruments actually plugged into anything?
We should add some points there for the studio mic being able to pick up her vocal when she is halfway on the floor. Is there even a tambourine on this track? We don't have any microphones.
Dancing plant, though.
We just sort of hit a cymbal randomly there.
Maybe that's the tambourine. Now I think we need to consider that this whole thing is a deliberate attempt to subvert expectations.
The guitar seems to be in sync accidentally. Like she'll palm mute it, and it'll just sort of line up for a couple seconds like it's supposed to, and then not.
This is the kind of band the Pussycats are.
Points, though, for being able to sing loudly enough. Oh, random bass player who's not playing bass.
They are not afraid to rock the boat.
Was she singing where there weren't any vocals? We're doing the same alternating dance moves. We're still playing a hi-hat that isn't there. I am almost positive that this is the exact same clip.
Now, see, for me, that makes me a Pussycats fan. It means they're transcending.
I'm going to give them points for it.
You should. That drummer is in the pocket. It'd be easier if they had a bass player. God, I love Heart.
We got a key guitar and a saxophone.
You know, Nancy Wilson didn't sing lead that
Some over the neck action there. I'm not sure what the guitar was actually playing there.
Not their usual fare. You would not find this on Dreamboat Annie.
And the two of them sharing a mic actually makes sense in this case, whereas where Jem did it, it didn't. So that is a microphone that is plugged in, but we are going into the audience.
That's how they do it.
The long cord. This actually works for them.
Yeah, of course it does, man. You hear Barracuda?
Even that part. The Misfits were a better band. I'm gonna say it.
I don't know who you're talking about. I love you, Anne.
They're ready.
Well, that's some crunch. I think I went on tour with these guys at one point. Fingering seems right. I think they are playing.
Pretty good harmony right there.
Really into that truck line.
Oh, interesting. I don't know what that effect did, but you can hear that the acoustic got a lot crunchier, like in the mid-range. I don't normally go for this kind of tone, but this is alright.
That guitar has seen some things. Is he using a pick? I can't tell. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Is this an outdoor gig? Shouldn't be snowing inside, right?
I don't know, something about it, they're making it work.
Oh, she's so mad. Look at her go. Whoa.
How do I get a plugin that does that? Look at that, they're not missing a beat.
There's an Imagine Dragons joke in there somewhere, but...
Nobody got mauled by the drums. It's a nice touch. The guitar suffered no damage, but it did get unplugged. Alright, so now we got this battle between whatever they're doing and these keyboard dragons.
I'm more terrified of the DoD distortion pedal than whatever's going on here.
Michael was the only person who actually knew how to play his instrument before.
Really?
The awkward kid?
Allison did not know how to play drums.
Oh.
Mark had to learn how to play guitar. So
oh, wow.
I had to learn how to
Not
play
awkward
bass.
at that.
Drums especially.
Cool
That
we were all able to pull it together in 2
that's quite a
weeks.
feat.
Especially Allison. Drums is a hard one to learn.
That's what I'm saying. That bass is tasty. That little whatever he's doing there.
Yeah, get you right
Love
here.
that. And I'm so distracted because that bass player looks just like the drummer in Almost Famous to me. I know he isn't.
I can see it.
Is that a guy in a bear costume randomly in the crowd there?
That's Frank. What's up, Frank? Hey, living his best life. I'm so proud of him.
I could not do that.
No, you couldn't.
All right, I think we had a little bit of movie magic there because it didn't seem like that was quite right.
Yeah, a little teensy bit.
But he is really playing that. Oh my.
Maybe we could do it a little bit less of that angle.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that is a great little fill there.
Mm-hmm.
I am so impressed with this man.
I feel you. Can we get a shout out for the gaffer or the best boy or whoever he is? Because he's killing it.
I love that he actually missed that cue and yet somehow made it not too terrible.
Sync seems a little off there. Like the feedback from the bass pod, it's a nice touch.
This reminds me of Teenage Wasteland a lot here.
Yeah.
It's probably supposed to.
They don't have monitors?
Those are some great harmonies. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. I just keep getting distracted by this. Like, he is
How
so
could you
good.
not?
I wonder if I would love that gag more if the drumming was actually in time
No.
Like the guy hammering was actually hammering to the beat.
No, it'd ruin it. Very intense rock face. I'm gonna give him points for that right there.
So the thing is, despite the fact that a lot of aspects of their stage show are terrible, and sort of they're famous for that, some of it's actually really good.
Of course it is.
I like that they're continuing to sing in the fake accent as well. Yep, he's definitely playing that. This is what I really appreciate about films like this, is that this is a decent song. Actually really good, and it's not enough just to have the joke. Like the joke, there has to be something behind it. It has to deliver on a couple different levels.
I'm feeling really judged
This
right now.
wouldn't work if the songs were genuinely terrible.
I just don't understand you, or why this guy doesn't have a shirt. This ain't Red Hot Chili Peppers.
This is apparently on the extended edition of the film, which for some criminal reason I don't own. This is one of my favorite movies ever, so I've never heard this before. I'm pretty sure that is the guy from the Red House Painters, whose name escapes me. This is a lot more modern than 1973.
It's got a very 90s vibe to it.
Not sure about the acoustic work there. I know that Billy Crudup had trained with Peter Frampton for like 6 months for this role, so I'm thinking he's probably good.
Yeah. Yeah, vocally there's something.
Also, Jason Lee's voice sounds a lot different here than
a little
I
bit
remember it on other songs. Oh wow, he even learned slide?
And can we appreciate the detail in the guitar models that are being used too? That those are also time specific. That's a little questionable.
I know this is an original, written for this film, but this reminds me so much of something else. For 20 years, I've never been able to figure out what it is.
Yeah, it's got like an Ario sticks kind of thing going on.
I can't
there.
see his hands there, so obviously I don't know. We agree that this is supposed to be Bad Company, right? Like this particular song?
Absolutely.
I wish so much that this were an actual album. Like an entire album of Stillwater songs.
It's a bop, yo.
And I know that the lead vocalist, that is not his actual voice. I know there's somebody else singing there, but it certainly looks like every other musician is actually playing.
What was that facial expression?
Okay, I can buy that. If they're not actually playing, they're doing a fantastic job of faking it.
Let's give them points for not getting feedback, too, with those two guys that were doing the backup there.
Even the bass player's little meandering circle there, I've done that.
We all have, bro. They're having the best time. They're really selling it.
Just a tiny little glimpse there, but from what I can tell, fingering made sense. I did not realize up until recently that the reason that he does this is because Jimmy is so incredibly controlling. He's doing it because it's easier to ask forgiveness than permission.
Got distracted by that Tom Hanks star power. It's easy to do.
I really love the facial expressions of the bassist there. That is absolutely what I would do. He's being super cautious. He's trying to figure it out. If he can get this under control, the rest of them are going to be fine. Jimmy, come on, get with it.
That guitarist, he's not going to admit it, but he is digging this. I mean, look at that guy.
Very clearly, the crowd is reacting much more than they probably would have if they kept it in the original tempo. And "You're a Lucky Man" is like, well, maybe Jimmy won't kill you later. Also, props to that guitarist, because having to suddenly play the solo significantly faster than you thought that you had to, that's a whole other set of issues.
Yeah, but if Jimmy lets it go, this is going to be like a 20-minute movie.
I really like that part. I mean, granted, we are in the absolute last part of the song, but he has suddenly become very confident, the bass player. I have done that myself. All right, let's get some Wild Stallions. Esquire?
He worked for that
God, they're so
degree.
young. I've actually done that. Not nearly as dramatic. That's not fun.
And you did it to a Fender, too. Yeah, Alex is definitely not playing.
Keanu might actually be doing that. I can't really tell from this angle. Okay, definitely not.
Whoa, life got weird for the toadies.
I don't know if I've actually seen this film, and I'm going to guess no, because I probably would have remembered that. This is not going to get many realism points. Nothing to do with the aliens on the congas, who are not playing the congas.
Or the bongos, for that matter.
I appreciate their ability, though, to sing and be heard without being anywhere near a microphone. Oh, and apparently continue to play guitar without playing guitar.
They traveled through time.
They're just that
Come
good.
on. Give them a break.
And there we have it. Thank you so much to our guests, but especially to you, CamannWordsmith patrons, for making this series and everything that we do possible. If you liked this sort of episode, let me know, and we'll make more. And I'll get these guys back, or, some other chowderheads.
So everybody, thank you so much. Have a wonderful and blessed holiday. If you happen to be in my solar system, stop in, say hi. I won't call the guards on you or nothing.
Stay safe, have a great holiday season, and we'll see you soon. Bye.